Yakobomba mabebingie mboke sili ezongi ya biso tango eseko kakibaninga na pasio yo tomoni ye kasi pe bobosanaka te o elombe Lumumba Patrice banyokoli ye pe alembi te o lelo ya pikidala boy Yakobomba mabebingie mboke sili ezongi ya biso tango eseko kakibaninga na pasio yo tomoni kasi pe bobosanaka te o elombe Lumumba Patrice banyokoli ye pe alembi te o lelo ya pikidala boy
MNC, parti majoritaire, et vive la démocratie.
Yakobomba mabemingie mboke sili ezongi ya biso tango eseko kakibaninga na pasio yo tomoni kasi pe bobosanaka te o elombe Lumumba Patrice banyokoli ye pe alembi te o lelo ya pikidala boy MNC ya Lumumba Patrice ebimisi Congo na bo bamonisi epasi alembi te o lelo yo apikinde dala po bino nyonso bosepela na ngai Vive Lumumba Patrice MNC ya Lumumba Patrice ebimisi Congo na bo bamonisi epasi alembi te o lelo yo apikinde dala po bino nyonso bosepela na ngai Vive Lumumba Patrice. Vive Premier ministre. MNC ya Lumumba Patrice ebimisi Congo na bo bamonisi epasi alembi te o lelo yo apikinde dala po bino nyonso bosepela na nga Vive Lumumba Patrice.
Mr. President, distinguished delegates, I appear before you today on a sad and solemn occasion, the first meeting of the General Assembly since the murder of the Prime Minister of the Congo, Patrice Lumumba. History records many occasions when rulers of states have been done to death. The assassination of Patrice Lumumba, however, is unique in that this is the first time in history that the ruler of a country has been killed in the very presence of the United Nations forces, whom he himself had invited to his country to restore law and order. That such a thing could have happened must make all those of us who believe in the United Nations anxious about its future. I believe we must stand foursquare on what is one of the most important principles of international law and basic to the whole conception of the United Nations. The significance of the Congo situation is that it gave the United Nations an opportunity to reassess its authority. If speedy and effective action is taken now in the Congo, the United Nations will have that prestige and moral backing which it must have if it is to tackle other, even greater world problems that it may have to face in the future. I have in mind the problems bound to arise over Angola, Mozambique, the Union of South Africa, Rwanda, Burundi, Southwest Africa, Algeria, the Rhodesias, and other African colonial territories. These are all potential problems for the United Nations, and the United Nations must work out now the machinery which can be used to solve such problems should the necessity arise. In one of his first addresses in regard to the Congo situation, the Secretary General himself underlined and emphasized this need for speedy and effective action by the nations of the world. Addressing the Assembly Council on the 22nd of July, 1960, he said, and I quote him, "There should not be any hesitation, because we are at a turn of the road where our attitude will be of decisive significance. I believe not only for the future of the United Nations organization, but also for the future of Africa. And Africa may well, in present circumstances, mean the world."
Congolese have been massacred by white people in the Congo for years and years and years. And if the shoe is now on the other foot, only thing I can say is it's like chickens that always come back home to roost.
Do you personally feel, though, that there's some shame or involvement here or some guilt associated with the killing of other human beings?
I think that the white people should be ashamed of the deplorable situation that has been existing in the Congo, which is not the fault of the Congolese, but which is the result of instigation by European powers who are fighting each other over the mineral wealth of the Congo. And now to make it appear that the Congolese themselves are criminals or brutes because they're reacting to these injustices that they've been victimized by is again ducking the question.
Shambi is the murderer of Lumumba, who was the rightful prime minister of the Congo. Shambi is the man whose forces fought against the United Nations forces and against the United States, and despite this criminal past of Shambi, now the United States is backing Shambi, who has hired South African mercenaries who are hired killers to disrupt the peaceful efforts of the freedom fighters from Stanleyville to make the type of country there that they want. And it is this American support of Shambi, actually, that's at the root of the whole problem.
You who have fought for independence and are today victorious, I salute you in the name of the Congolese government. I salute all my friends who fought relentlessly at our sides. We have been subjected to insults and sarcasms, to the blows we had to endure from morning to night just because we were Africans. We learned that the law was never the same according to whether it was applied to whites or blacks. Who will ever forget the shootings or the barbarous jail cells awaiting those who refused to submit to this regime of injustice, oppression, and exploitation?